An opener for your Dallas Derby Devils. The highlight bout tonight will be the Wrecking Crew, defending 2013 champions, versus the Slaughterers.
The Wrecking Crew able to maintain most of their lineup from last season, carrying over to 2014, while the Slaughterers have made some key additions, which include transfer Guillotine Grace, who came over from Cowboy Capital, Danica Smatrick rejoining Triple D and joining the Slaughterers for this season. And Princess Poppycock making her way from... Yep, she traveled down south from the top of the Golden Triangle from Denton to join the Slaughterers this season. And some key veterans still remain for the Slaughterers as they embark on their 2014 campaign.
These referees are checking the ladies not to carry shivs and stabby things that we joke about, but truthfully for their own safety, making sure all pieces of equipment are to the correct specifications the sport require. Seen a couple players having to tighten up their helmet because you can't have it too loose. We don't want any concussions. This sport is hard hitting. The ref's doing a great job making sure everybody complies with the safety measures.
Now, I understand there are a lot of first-timers here. One of the good things about Brass, he used to be a referee. So if someone is cutting the track, meaning going out of bounds and trying to come back in, what does a referee do? At the big X, you're not supposed to do that. Okay, if the pack is, what I like to say, out of whack and people are all over the place, what do? Touchdown. Actually, it means get back together. If somebody's really nasty and goes very low and does a low block.
This is something very cool to see on the track. Both teams come together before we start this. Don't know what's being said, but I love the unity between these two teams.
So we just wanted to tell you a few of the signals, and we'll try to give you some more Derby 101 as we go along, because we want you all to come back. Are you all having a good time? I said, are you having a good time? Not one person over there. I'm calling you all out. Are you having a good time? Sign language won't work either. Hey, I think we're ready to Derby. You ready to Derby?
Oh, I am so ready.
Are you ready, Logan?
I'm ready for Derby like the right leg of Bob Humbug, because this will be an epic game, I know, for sure.
Well, I've been kind of waiting for this bout for a couple of years because the Wrecking Crew has made a rookie edition. Will be out on the track at some point during this first half. Yes, I'm going to embarrass her. Number 1097, devoid of sanity. I'm her father. All right, with Kiki DeVille will be head reffing this bout as we're getting the whistles ready to go. Anima Lee in the pink for the Slaughterers going against number 8, Rhinestone Call Girl. And both jammers off the line. Call Girl finding some daylight on the inside, turn 1, and Rhinestone Call Girl, lead jammer.
Animal Lee clears through on the inside near turn 3. Not lead jammer, but her goal is to go make up some distance. As Rhinestone Call Girl calls it off, Animal Lee does pound the pack. Let's see how many points she gets.
Yeah, just as that whistle blew, it looked like Animal Lee went nose to nose with Anita Riot. No penalties on that jam, so both teams will be skating 5-on-5. Baby Giraffe for the Wrecking Crew in the blue and gold. And And she's going up against Guillotine Grace in the pink and red. Guillotine putting a push on Havoc. And Guillotine Grace completes her initial pass as Lee Jammer takes a look over his shoulder and sees Baby G in the rearview mirror. Both jammers coming in hot to the pack. Baby G losing her feet on the inside of turn 4. Turn 2, 4 points awarded to Guillotine. And 4 to Baby G on that scoring pass. Guillotine coming in hot. Making a push on the Wrecking Crew defense, but Baby G matches her on that pass.
Both jammers matching each other's intensity, both making it through with some ease. Both times they've come through the pack. As right now, Baby Giraffe having a tough time as the Slaughter is putting some meat cleavers in as their defense recycles her back. Guillotine getting to pass the jammer, putting more points on the board, clears the front of the pack. She puts more points as the Slaughters take an early edge. 19-12 over the Wrecking Crew.
Guillotine Grace, still lead jammer, puts her shoulder down and she makes a move around hotter than hell. Baby G also completing a scoring pass. So at the end of about a 2-minute jam, the Slaughters are up early, 23-16. As we've got Bo Toxin in the pink going up against Anita Riot in the navy and gold. Both jammers trying to find a spot on that jammer line to start, waiting on the whistle. And there it is, Anita Riot trying to put a block on Bo Toxin to the outside of the near straightaway. Anita Riot being taken out of bounds, comes back in legally, now putting a push on the Slaughter pack. And Anita Riot being taken down on the inside of turn 2, regains her wheels, pushes her way through, and your lead jammer, Anita Riot.
Bo Toxin also clears the front of the pack as she does a backflip over her head, gets to her feet, pushes to the front of the pack, but Anita Riot gets her points, calls it off. As we have a tight ball game here, 19-23. Tight game, not tie game. Tight game is the Rhinestone Call Girl going against Animal Lead.
All right, 5 seconds to the next whistle. A lot of anticipation for this bout.
Third jam of the game. Both teams trying to fill each other out. As right now, Animal Lead does a duck and jive, but she went to the outside, but the Wrecking Crew did a great job recycling her back. As Rhinestone Call Girl is having to fight more than 8 seconds to become lead jammer, she pounds through to the front of the pack, gets the track cut, being sent off.
All right, Animal Lee with an opportunity to go on a power jam, but she needs to complete her initial pass with the defense being led by Debbie Downer. And now Mash anchoring the bridge, and Animal lead jammer for the Slaughterers. Making her way around the track on a scoring pass, making a push on the Wrecking Crew defense, pushes her way through. And there's 5 points for the Slaughterers on the pass.
Slaughterers defense getting ready for the jammer as they see Rhinestone Call Girl stand up as they were ready for that. Normally I don't announce those type things, but the defense did a great job of recognizing the jammer coming out of the box. The Slaughterers are up 30 over Wrecking Crew, 11-point lead. Movato.
All right, just over 5 minutes elapsed in this bout. 11 points separating these teams. 11 points, not a lot of points in roller derby. Baby Giraffe for the Wrecking Crew lining up against Guillotine Grace for the Slaughterers. There's the whistle. Both jammers putting a big push to Annika Smatrick. Riding Giraffe to the outside of the near straightaway. Vita trying to set the defense, but Guillotine Grace able to push her way through, and Guillotine Grace, lead jammer, And Baby G attempting to complete her initial pass. Looking for some daylight around Juice Box. And Guillotine Grace makes a push through the middle, finds some daylight on the inside of turn 1, and 4 points for Guillotine Grace on her scoring pass as Baby G comes in hot to the pack, but Guillotine calls it off before she's able to reach it.
Guillotine Grace doing a great job looking up to her coach to see what she needs to do as she comes around the track. As a jammer, you not only have to be aware of the other team's blockers, but you got to look for those cues from your coach so you can do the right thing to put your team in the best position to score points, win derby bouts. As Bo Toxin,
all right, Havoc jamming for the Wrecking Crew, trying to use her size to advantage as she's trying to sneak through this Slaughter defense, being ridden out of bounds on the inside of turn 1, comes back in illegally at Bo Toxin trying to deal with the Wrecking Crew defense, and Bo Toxin with a move to the outside of turn 2 is the lead jammer. Havoc regaining her feet, but she's right cycled back into the pack as she was about to clear, and looking for some offensive help as she's pushing through. She comes out of turn 4, and Bo Toxin trying to deal with this Wrecking Crew defense of Knox and Tay Hostel. Tay Hostel on her way to the penalty box.
no pack called. Havoc had the opportunity to get through because of the no pack. You hit a player while there's no pack is called, and you're in the wrong position, you're going to the box. Took the most of it. The Wrecking Crew had to let up. Looks like we have a similar matchup between Animal Lee and Rhinestone Callgirl. I believe this is their third time to match up against each other in the seventh jam of the first half.
All right, there's the whistle. Callgirl trying to make a push. Loses her feet for a second. Animal Lee looking for some daylight on the outside of turn 2. Now dealing with the defense of Hotter Than Hell and Debbie Downer, while Callgirl trying to make a push on the Slaughter defense. And Rhinestone Callgirl being assessed a penalty for a back block on her way to the penalty box, leaving Animal Lee, the lone jammer, waiting to complete her initial pass. Animal Lee regaining her balance as she's dealing with Debbie Downer and Tay Hostel, and got a multiplayer being assessed to Debbie Downer, and Hotter Than Hell to the penalty box also.
Money Savage also, as we have a penalty box going to house some players as a few have done bad things. 3 spots filled up for the Wrecking Crew. As Anita Riot's the only player left on the track. Also being sent, one of the rare plays you see in Derby, there is no player on the track for the Wrecking Crew. Wow, that's a full box.
At some point, all 5 players were off of the track for the Wrecking Crew, being assessed penalties.
Very tight game. Slaughter is up just a few points. As Baby Giraffe being stared at by some Slaughter, staring her in the face. They do a great job slowing her up. Guillotine Grace is your lead jammer. If you bleed pink, get off your seat and yell. As Guillotine, not choking right now, does get sent to the box. I guess that's the announcer, Gene Marvato.
And now a power jam opportunity for Baby G as Guillotine Grace was assessed a penalty, and Baby G makes her way through, and she's awarded the points, 5 points on the Grand Slam for the Wrecking Crew. Now she comes in hot to the pack, makes a big push, looking for some daylight through the middle on the near straightaway. Baby G having to deal with Juicebox. Glances off of that block from Juicebox, and 5 more points for the Wrecking Crew as they're trying to shave points chunks at a time.
that they're doing is hotter than hell. Tries to create a little offense, pulls back. And she's letting Baby Giraffe push the pack forward, gets more points. And she puts 5 more points on the board for the Wrecking Crew. We got a 1-point ball game. We got Wrecking Crew 34, Slaughters 35.
Wrecking Crew employing some strategy to recycle Guillotine to slow up her momentum as Baby G on another scoring pass. Trying to deal with DC Slammer and Princess Poppycock, and BG using the last bit of gas that she has to make a push on another scoring pass for 4 points. And without a lead jammer, we're taking this jam clock all the way to 0. Baby G looking for one more push. Comes in hot to the pack. And there are the whistles. Jam clock down to 0. Update on the score. 5 points separating these teams. As we're just under 18 minutes left in this first half. Looks like we have a timeout on the floor. Buff Daddy, where you at?
I'm right behind you. Hey, I'm so sorry that nothing else is going on this weekend here in Dallas. There's no basketball or racing or anything. So we're happy you're here. By the way, how many Florida fans are here? I'll give you some tissue later. How many Kentucky fans are here? That game's still going on, and it's a 4-point game. But UConn moves forward. That's your sports update. Back to you, Movato and Bogan.
All right, it looks like referees are confabbing on the inside of the track.
Or they've T-Bowed.
You're always on, Puff Daddy.
Here goes Planet of the Skates, doing the Swiffer dance. Come on. Go Skates, go Skates, go Skates, skate, skate.
We do love crowd participation.
Go Skates, go Skates, go Skates.
Clarification from Kiki DeVille.
The blue team has used their official review for the first half. There was a question regarding a cut on the pink jammer cutting blue 97. However, blue 97 was out of play at the time that the pink jammer came back onto the track. She is therefore not eligible for a cut. Blue has lost their official review for the first half.
Thank you, Kiki, for the clarification of y'all's wonderful zebra huddle. So Wrecking Crew lost their first half challenge.
All right, Anita Riot on the line for the Wrecking Crew, going up against Botox and for the Slaughters. Anita looking for an opportunity to put a further dent into this Slaughter lead, looking at a wall of pink in front of her that seems to be unrelenting, being led by chemical addiction. But Anita Riot finds some room on the outside of turn 2. While Botoxin makes her way through to complete her initial pass and now be in scoring position. Anita Riot coming in hot, being taken out of bounds and attempting to recycle back in legally, opts to call off the jam. And let's see if there's a change on the